Leela.
Hare Krishna, Surendra ji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. This is Rita from Clarksville, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Rita Mataji, Jai, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Delaware.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna, anybody else would like to announce their name?
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunjana Sadas from Cleveland, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Nikunjaras Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madhavnath Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devidasi from Orlando, Florida.
Hare Krishna, Rupini Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. So I see Maharaj has joined. So Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Maharaj ji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and welcome to the call. Let's go ahead and start recording. So today we are so fortunate to have His Holiness Shri Krishna Maharaj from Indore, India, and Maharaj will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam 7.8.34 and onwards. So Maharaj, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj, are you there? I see him. Maharaj has joined.
Mataji, we heard him abhi sometime back.
Yeah.
I think you need to call him again because his thing is showing like gray आ रहा है उसका.
कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है ना? हाँ, दिख रहा है.
हाँ, yes.
Okay, I will drop down and call him again. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj, we can see you now. Yeah. Can you hear me, Maharaj? We cannot hear you. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Hare Hare.
Cannot hear Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. I told him. He said, I'm going to figure it out now. There's something problem. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Ram Ram Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Maharaj. Can you hear me, us now, Maharaj? Can you hear us? We cannot hear you. We can see you.
Mataji, we can't see or hear.
Yes, Mataji, what you said?
Mataji, we can't see or hear.
Can you hear now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Now-
yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
So, Maharaj, you
Can you hear? Hare Krishna.
yes, Maharaj, we can hear and see you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj, Hare Krishna. Okay, you can please start now.
Radha Raman Prabhu, can you connect me?
Maharaj, we can hear you and we can see you too. He can't hear us.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Maharaj, we can hear you.
Okay, let me call Maharaj again.
Yeah, call and let him know that we can hear and see him both.
Yes,
So I
yes.
think he's not able to hear us.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Can you hear? Let
Yes,
me
Maharaj, we
disconnect
can hear
and-
you.
Shyama Rashika Mataji, I don't know what I should do.
Maharaj, we can hear you and see you. We can hear you and see you.
Oh, you can do that. Okay, that's a good.
Yeah, we can hear you and see you. We can start class.
Okay.
Maharaj.
Can you hear now?
Yes,
Can you hear
Maharaj,
now?
we can hear. We can hear.
You can hear. Okay. Let me
Yeah.
put on a stand, okay? So I don't have to hold it. Just a second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Is it okay? I don't hear you. That's why
Yes.
I think.
Yes, Maharaj, it is okay.
Can you hear?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can.
Maharaj.
Can you
We are
hear
able
us?
to hear you.
Should I go on?
Maharaj, can you hear us? I think Maharaj is
Yeah,
not able to.
we can hear Maharaj. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Maharaj. Yeah, we can hear you, Maharaj. You can continue.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Okay.
Maharaj. Can you hear us?
Okay. I will just
Yeah.
hold in the hand and continue. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय नमो महावदानाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरकृष्णे नम वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we will be reading Canto 7, Chapter 4, text number 34 onward. Yashmin Mahadguna Rajan, Grandante Kavi Bhir Muhu, Nate Dhuna Pidhin Dhiyante Yatha Bhagavati Shwarai. Can you all hear?
Yes, Maharaj, we can hear.
So, translation. O King, Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaishnavas. As all good qualities are always found existing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they also exist forever in his devotee, like Prahlad Maharaj. It's a very important statement, and this is being told, O King, means Narad Muni is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj that whatever qualities are there in Krishna, that same qualities are there in his pure devotee, like Prahlad Maharaj. So he had the same quality, and here the qualities, the next verses will talk about the about Mahabhagavat, how Mahabhagavat behaves, giving the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Is a Mahabhagavat. There are 12 Mahabhagavats are described, Mahajanas, and Prahlad Maharaj is one of them. So we'll be talking about them. So from authoritative scripture, it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha Loka as well as within the material world on the planet Sutala. So Sutal, that is Bali Maharaj, also is staying in Sutal Lok, and Krishna stays, Narayan stays there to guard that Sutal Lok. So he is there in both the spiritual world as well as is in the material world. Sutal planet is one of the material world planet. There are like 14 planetary systems. Seven are top like Gurlok, Gorlok, Swargalok, Janlok, Taplok, Maharlok, Same thing, Talatal, Vital, Talatal, Sutal, Patal. So Sutal Lok is quite low down, but he is also staying there because of the devotee. That planet itself becomes a spiritual place. So this transcendental quality of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Golok eva nivasati akhilatma bhuto. That he is in Golok Vrindavan and also in all the heart of every akhilatma bhuta. Bhuta means a prani or living being. So he is in all the living being as well as he is in the Golok eva nivasati. He is all in the planet. He is everywhere. Krishna is everywhere. So same thing, a devotee can also live in these places. Like he's in the spiritual kingdom with Krishna or with the Lord Narasimhadev. It is really Krishna. Krishna comes as Lord Narasimhadev. Keshava Dhrita Nara Hari Rupa Jai Jagdish. Keshava means Krishna. So it is Narasimhadev had to come to fulfill the boons that has been asked by Hiranyakashipu. So he did not want a man, means any god, demigods, a man or any anybody created by Brahmaji, any creature. So Narasimhadev is not created by Brahmaji, and he is not male or female, or he is not a man, or he is not animal. He is both combined together. So to fulfill that desire, it made this plant. So I am again requesting that you are all listening and everything is okay. Hello?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, I will go. Okay. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart, yet he exists on his own planet, Golok Vrindavan. Core of his heart is there as Paramatma, Atma and Paramatma. Atma is not Paramatma. Atma is we, the living being, and Paramatma is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. An expansion or a part of you may say Stirodakshai Vishnu. So a devotee acquires qualities almost the same as those of the Lord. Because of unallied devotional service, ordinary living beings cannot be so qualified, but a devotee can be qualified like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full but partially. So a devotee represents Krishna, and he is Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastra Uttastata Bhaveteva Santi Kintu Prabhoriya Priyeva Tash. So he is like a Hari, Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastra. So a Prahlad Maharaj, like a guru, he is like Hari or Krishna. In any assembly, the text number 35. Yam sadhugatha sadasi ripayo surarnapa pratimanam prakurvanti im utanne bhavadrisha. In any assembly where there are discourses about saints and devotees, O King Yudhishthir, even the enemies of the demons, namely the demigods, what enemies of the demons are the demigods. Demigods, and they always fight Sur and Asur. So what to speak of you would cite Prahlad Maharaj as an example of a great devotee. Whether it is the enemies of the devotees like Asuras, they also glorify Prahlad Maharaj. It's not that he is glorified just by the devotees or demigods or Krishna, but everybody, there is no enmity. He did not even, he was being killed by his own father, and he so much terrorized by his own father. But he always was looking for welfare of his father. And Narasimha, they asked, please ask somebody, so please forgive my father. He has given you so much trouble. So he never become like, there is no enemy. Ajat Shatru. Ajat Shatru means who has no enemy. Ajat, Jat means born. So he has not born any enemies. The enemies do not like appear in the planet where there are devotees. Devotees are there, but nobody is enemy of a pure devotee, because he is Samoham Sarvabhutesh. Just like Krishna is equal to everybody, and same thing, a devotee is equal to everybody. Even if he's being killed, even whatever happens to him, he never thinks ill of the other person, other side. Text number 36. Guna hai alama sankhyair mahatmyam tasya suchyate vasudeve bhagavati yasha naisargiki ratihi. Naisargiki, natural rati. He has a natural love, just like a mother has a natural love for the child. Krishna and and his devotee have a natural love for each other. Who could list innumerable transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj? It's unnumerable quality. Nobody can even count them. He had unflinching faith in Vasudev. Vasudev's son is Vasudev. Vasudev and Devki, they are the parents. And Vasudev, from Vasudev it becomes Vasudev, that is son, that is Krishna. Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudev, and unallied devotion to him, his attachment to Lord Krishna was natural, because of natural means they don't artificially that you do this, and in the mind there is something else, and somewhere outside it is some other activity, and once they are finishing that activity of devotional service, then they are again in the material world. They are always attached to Krishna, always think of Krishna, and always are very favorable to Krishna. His attachment to Lord Krishna was natural because of his previous devotional service. Means in his previous life also he was a devotee. Although his good qualities cannot be enumerable, they prove that he was a great soul, Mahatma. He was a Mahatma. In his prayers to the 10 incarnations, Jayadeva Goswami says, Keshava Dhrita Nara Hari Rupa, Jai Jagdish Hare. Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee of Lord Narsimha, who is Keshav. Keshav has taken the form of Narahari, Narsimhadev, Krishna himself. Therefore, when this verse says Vasudevi Bhagavati, one should understand that Prahlad Maharaj's attachment for Narsimhadev was attachment for Krishna. So there is no difference what his real attachment, because Narsimhadev was not there before. He appeared from the pillar, but before that it is Krishna. His affection was always with Krishna. His service was to Krishna. He was always thinking of Krishna. He was always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. He was attached to Krishna, not to any material objects, not even a things. Although he could have become a prince and then a king, whatever Hiranyakashipu had, all the planetary system, practically whole universe was controlled by Hiranyakashipu, and he could have it, but he did not care about all of this. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, therefore, is described as great Mahatma, as the Lord himself confirms in Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan vam prapadete vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who has actually knowledge surrenders unto me, means unto Krishna, knowing me to be the cause of all causes. And all that is such a great soul is very, very rare. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that everything is Vasudeva. He does not consider this is material, this is mine, this is yours, this is not mine, he is my friend, he is my enemy. He does not think that. He sees everybody, a dog eater, a chandal, a cow, or everyone. So he looks everyone equally. A great devotee of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, is a great soul, very rarely to be found. Prahlad Maharaj's attachment for Krishna will be explained in the next verse. Krishna Graha Grahitatma. Krishna Graha Grahitatma. That is, Prahlad Maharaj's heart was always filled with thoughts of Krishna, always thinking of Krishna, always thinking how I could do welfare work for all the people who are not even devotees, how to bring them to devotional service. So he was teaching in his school, all the children, he was teaching to Sand and Amar, also they also became in the whole kingdom of gradually of Hiranyakashipu, gradually become devotees. So just one person like Srila Prabhupada alone, how many changed the heart of so many people, millions of people, he changed the heart. And why? Because of his purity. Same thing like Prahlad Maharaj. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is the ideal devotee in Krishna consciousness. Text number 37. Nyasta Kridamato Valo Jadavattan Manastaya Krishna Graha Grahitatma Naveda Jagadi Drasham. From the very beginning of his childhood, Prahlad Maharaj was uninterested in childish playing. He did not play. He was born in Narad Muni's ashram, and he was just always absorbed in Krishna's thoughts, always trying to hear Krishna's stories from Narad Muni. So indeed, he gave up altogether and remained silent and dull, being very absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Whenever childish play things come, then he will act as that he does not know anything. He was silent, he would not speak, and like as if, just like Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj, when he became a Jad Bharat, what did he do? He was like a deaf, dumb, he would not speak, he would not, even somebody saying, come on, we will sacrifice you. He just went, he did not resist. When he was acting just as if he is not understanding, but he was the topmost devotee. That is revealed when he went to talk with King Raghuvar. When King Raghuvar wanted him to join the palkin, carry the palkin, he was walking side by side because there are so many hands, like this Mragrari also. When the Narad Muni and Parvat Muni came to see his disciple, then he was walking side by side and removing the ends from the way. So how much, like he was killing half-killed animals, but then he became so soft-hearted, so nice. So these are the devotional qualities. Just by chanting, he was just chanting, and then all the good qualities develop. Automatically, they develop. So here also, he gave up all together uh, about the play things with his children, being fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Since his mind was always affected by Krishna consciousness, he could not understand how the world goes on, being fully absorbed in activities of the sense gratification. The whole world is absorbed in how I could enjoy my senses. But Prahlad Maharaj did not know. He was always affected by Krishna consciousness, and he did not know how this world is going. People would ask devotees, "Oh, you don't do. You people are lazy. You don't want to." But there he are the topmost. See, everything is done by Krishna. Everything is under control of Krishna. We cannot do anything. We are like puppets in the hands of the Durga Devi, and Durga Devi is in the hands of Krishna. So what it is nature. So if you become a devotee, Krishna takes care of. Just like a child depends on the mother. Mother takes care of. He's not worried about what happens. Who will feed him? How he will sleep? How he will eat? Take milk. How he will pass his stool? Who will clean his stool or urine? Or everything is being taken care of. Same thing is being taken care of by the Supreme Personality of Godhead or a devotee. So we should try to become a devotee rather than work harder like an ass and be nowhere. So Prahlad Maharaj is a vivid example of a great person, fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, स्थावर जंगम देखे ना देखे तारा मूर्ति सर्वत्र है निज इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति. That स्थावर and jangam. स्थावर means stationary, they don't move. And moving, that is jangam. Jangam is moving. So everybody, he does not see who is स्थावर, who is jangam, who is moving, who is not moving. He sees Ishtamurti. Sarvatra dekhe tar murti. He sees Krishna everywhere. It is not when he sees in the dull matter, one who is walking, moving, growing. So he is seeing everywhere the Krishna's form. So he is always looking. He is always thinking of Krishna, and he is always looking Krishna. A fully Krishna conscious person, although situated in this material world, does not see anything but Krishna anywhere and everywhere. This is the sign of a Mahabhagavad. So who is Mahabhagavad? So one could learn how far I am, how I could become a devotee by these stories. Krishna wants us to become a devotee. So this qualification of a pure devotee is being given in the life of Prahlad Maharaj. So the Mahabhagavad sees Krishna everywhere. Because of his attitude of pure love for Krishna is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Manyana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridesh Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundara Chinte Guna Surupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. You should have a love for Krishna. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyam Sundar. He sees as Shyam Sundar, that is the eternal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is always Shyam Sundar Tribhangi Mudra, playing with the flute. situated within the heart of a devotee. An exalted devotee or a Mahatma who is rarely to be seen remains fully conscious of Krishna and constantly sees the Lord within the core of his heart. It is sometimes said that when one is influenced by evil stars like Saturn, Rahu, or Ketu, he cannot make advancement in any prospective activity. But how this Ketu, Rahu, Saturn, they could affect a devotee because he is under the shelter of Krishna. Krishna is, then these planets cannot do anything to this kind of person. He cannot make it. So such person who is affected by Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, but a person just like Prahlad Maharaj is not affected by these planets. In just the opposite way, Prahlad Maharaj was influenced by Krishna, the supreme planet, and thus Krishna's planet is Golok Vrindavan, and thus he could not think of the material world and live without Krishna consciousness. He's not thinking of the material world, he is living very peacefully, very purely in Krishna consciousness. He cannot live without Krishna consciousness. Means all the time he is Krishna conscious. That is a sign of Mahabhagavat. Even if one is an enemy of Krishna, a Mahabhagavat sees him to be also engaged in Krishna service. Even enemy, like Kansa was an enemy, or Ravan was an enemy, or Shishupal, or Dantavakra. So many are enemies, but he does not see them as enemies. He sees that some way he is serving Krishna, wants to enjoy some other kind of rasa. So let him act that, and he thinks him to be as Krishna, as Krishna's devotee. Another good example is that everything appears yellow to the jaundice person. If he has jaundice, his eyes are yellow and he sees everything yellow. So devotee sees everything as everybody else is devotees. He sees green, the green sign that everyone is a devotee. To a Mahabhagavat, everyone but himself, but he does not think that he is a devotee. Appear to be engaged in Krishna service. And so how nice activity are. So we should be always thinking of that how we could become a Mahabhagavata, or at least a Bhagavata, or walk on the steps, like follow in the footsteps of the Mahabhagavata. Prahlad Maharaj is the approved Mahabhagavat, the supreme devotee. In the previous verse, it was stated that he had natural attachment. Naisargik rati. Naisargik means natural rati. The symptom of such natural attachment or Krishna are described in this verse. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, he had no interest in playing, as is stated in Srimad Bhagvatam. Viraktir anyatra cha, that he has virakti means not attached. Attachment means rati. The symptom of a perfect Krishna consciousness is that one loses interest in all material activities. For a small boy to give up playing is impossible, but Prahlad Maharaj, being situated in first-class devotional service, was always absorbed, in a trance of Krishna consciousness. Just as a materialistic person is always absorbed in thoughts of material gain, where I am getting some gain, where I will enjoy my senses. A Mahabhagavat like Prahlad Maharaj is always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. कामहि नारी प्यारी जिमी लोभहि प्रिय जिमी दाम तिमी रघुनाथ निरंतर बसो हृदय श्री राम. That Kama Nari, that is a woman, is very dear to a person who is kami, who is lusty, and the money, where I could make more money. He will think, Lobhai Prijami Dam. Dam means money, where he could find the money. So a devotee is praying to Lord Ram, Timi Raghunatha Nirantara. That's in the same way in my heart, oh my Lord Ram, you please be situated. So text number 38. Asina Paryatan Nashnan Swayana Raviban Dhruvam Nanu Sandatta Etani Govinda Parirambhita. Govinda Parirambhita means being embraced by Govinda. So Prahlad Maharaj was always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, thus being always embraced by the Lord. When you are in thoughts, then he's already embracing him. It's not that in thoughts of Krishna means Krishna has to come, but he's already absorbed in Krishna and he's embracing Krishna. Just like when you chant, Krishna is dancing on the tip of your tongue. He did not know how his bodily necessities, such as sitting, walking, eating, lying down, drinking, and talking, were being automatically performed. They perform like when you become like a good driver, then you eat, you joke, you laugh. So everything goes on automatically as if, although there is certain consciousness, but your son, who is a pure devotee, he does not care about how he will eat, how he will sleep, where he will sleep. Uh, where he will evacuate or all the bodily necessities, uh, what he will drink, uh, whether it is hot, cold, rainy, not rainy, it does not care. They are all automatically arranged. Everything is arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his pure devotee. He personally takes care of. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. And my devotee never perishes. He never goes into any trouble, any difficulty, any problems. He takes care of a small child while being cared by his mother. Does not know how the needs of the body for eating, and who a child does not think how his body for eating, sleeping, lying down, passing water, and evacuating are being fulfilled. He is simply satisfied to be on the lap of his mother. So similarly, Prahlad Maharaj was exactly like a small child being cared for by Govinda. The necessary activities of his body were performed without his knowledge. As a father and mother care for their child, Govinda cared for Prahlad Maharaj. Govinda, that is Krishna, who remained always absorbed in thoughts of Govinda. This is the Krishna consciousness that always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Just like a boy, oh, my mother is there, she will take care. So he does not worry about what he will eat, who will provide him, where he will sleep, what room, where I will take bath, how I will evacuate, where I will pass a stool or urine, nothing. So Prahlad Maharaj is a vivid example of perfection in Krishna consciousness. Text number 39. Kvachid drudati vaikuntha chintasava na chetanah kvachid dasati तच्चिंता लाद उद्गायति क्वचित. Saint Chaitanya Charitamrita so much. Sometimes he will laugh, sometimes he will dance, sometimes he will cry, sometimes he will run. Means everything without knowing what is happening. Because he's in so much, he's out of bodily consciousness. He's not on the bodily platform. He's on the spiritual platform. And and as the Krishna, let me dance at your as per your will. So he dances at the will of Krishna. He cries for Krishna. He sheds tears for Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed in his past like 8 years he was in Gambhira, and I was rubbing his cheeks and thinking, and always he saw the sand dunes. He thought it is Gordon Parvat. He saw the ocean, and he thought it is Yamuna River, and he jumped into that. So everywhere he sees Krishna. There is no place that he would not see Krishna. So because of advancement in Krishna consciousness, he sometimes cried, sometimes laughed, sometimes expressed jubilation, and sometimes sang loudly. Sometimes he was singing. This verse further clarifies the comparison of a devotee to a child. If a mother leaves her child, a small child in his bed or cradle, and goes away to attend to some family duties, the child immediately understands that his mother has gone away, and therefore he cries. But as soon as the mother returns and cares for the child laughs and becomes jubilant. You could see the smile on the child. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj, being always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, sometimes he felt separation, thinking, where is Krishna? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also saw that, and he was always looking, where is Krishna? Where I can see him? He was just here, where he has gone. So all the time, person is thinking of that. This is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahem. From the Vira, separation from Krishna, everything looks empty. Shunya. When an exalted devotee feels that Krishna is invisible, having gone away, he cries in separation. Sometimes when he sees that Krishna has returned to care for him, he laughs. just as a child sometimes laughs upon understanding that his mother is taking care of him. These symptoms are called bhava. In the nectar of the ocean, various bhava ecstatic condition of a devotee are fully described. These bhavas are visible in the activities of a perfect devotee. Bhav, that is the main thing. We should have a feeling, we should have emotions for Krishna, thinking of Krishna. Bhav comes after Ado, Shraddha, Tata, Sadhusanga, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivritti Cha, Nistha, Ruchi, and then attachment, firm attachment, Asakti, and then there is Bhav. And then there is after the Bhav, then there is Prema. But Prema has many other stages. It's Sneha and goes on until like when they see that they are Krishna is in the lab, but they say Vipralamba Bhav. But they think that, oh, Krishna is not here, and the Radharani starts crying. Mahabhava Swarupa. She is the only one in the whole billions of universes who is Mahabhava Swarupa. And she is the Ladini Shakti of Krishna. Text number 40. Nadati Kvachit Kanto Vilajyo Nadatyati Kvachit Kvachit Tadbhavanayuktas Tanmayo Anuchakaraha. Sometimes upon seeing, I am reading so many verses that this continuation of the same theme, what happens in a Mahabhava Rupa, like Prahlad Maharaj, a pure devotee. How does he behave? How does he talk? What is his feeling? What is his bhav? How he is attached to Krishna or Nrsimhadev. Sometimes upon seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he used to see him because he never felt when he was in a boiling hot oil or he was crushed against the, like he was thrown from a mountain or so many people threw some stones on him or crushed under the elephant's leg. He did not, he was in a snake pit. He saw Krishna everywhere. The Supreme, sometimes upon seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prahlad Maharaj would loudly call in full anxiety. He sometimes lost his shyness in jubilation. A devotee does not shy. He may start dancing, laughing, joking. Just like some devotees sometimes I see when they see the deities in some nice song, he starts dancing. Dance is a natural for Krishna and begin dancing in ecstasy. And sometimes being fully absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, he felt oneness and imitated the pastimes of Krishna. Like gopis, when they were in Viraha, that Krishna was gone, they came to the bank of the Yamuna, they put their saris, and then they were imitating the activities of Krishna, what they saw, how he went. So they were like thinking that Krishna is. So in this way, this is sign of a devotee, pure devotee. And so Viraha and Vipralamba. Vipralamba is Viraha. You are separate. Vipralamba and Sambhog or Milan. They are together. So in Viraha, it is more you remember Krishna more and more. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that. And Satsur Das Goswami also wrote the name Viraha Bhavan. That where he is living, he named it Viraha Bhavan. That he is in separation from Krishna and thinking of Krishna very deeply. Prahlad Maharaj sometimes felt that the Lord was far away from him and therefore called him loudly. When he saw that the Lord was before him, he was fully jubilant. Sometimes thinking himself one with the Supreme, he imitated the Lord's pastimes. And in separation from the Lord, he would sometimes show symptoms of madness. These feelings of a devotee would not be appreciated by impersonalists. People who think that God is no form, no person, impersonalist, then they would not appreciate these things. They would think that God has gone mad. Give him some electric shock to his brain. One must go further and further into spiritual understanding. The first realization is the impersonal Brahman, Brahma Jyoti. Then there is Paramatma realization. There is the personality of Godhead realization. But one must go still further to realize Paramatma and eventually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. who is worshipped by the transcendental feelings of a devotee in the relationship with Shant, Dasya, different rasas. Shant, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya or Madhurya. Here the feelings of Prahlad Maharaj were in the mellow of Vatsalya. That is being Vatsalya mellow means he is in the Vatsalya bhav. Filial love and affection. As a child cries when he left by his mother, when Prahlad Maharaj felt that the Lord was away from him, he began to cry. Nadati, that is crying. Again, a devotee like Prahlad Maharaj sometimes sees that the Lord is coming from a long distance to pacify him, like a mother responding to a child, saying, "My dear child, do not cry, I am coming." Then the devotee, without being ashamed due to his surrounding and circumstances, begins a dance, thinking, "Here is my Lord is coming." Thus, the devotee, in a full ecstasy, sometimes imitates the pastimes of the Lord, just as the cowherd boys used to imitate the behavior of the jungle animals. Sometimes he does not actually become the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj achieved the spiritual ecstasies described herein by his advancement in spiritual understanding. So he will also act like a small boy in deep love with Krishna. So I will just read. I know the chapter is ending, but I won't go all the way. Text number 41. Kvachit Pulakas Tushni Aste Samsparsha Me Vrata Aspanda Pranayananda Nanda Salilam Iti Salilam Ili Tekshana. Sometimes, feeling the touch of the Lord's lotus hand, he became spiritually jubilant. Means he was seeing that Lord is catching him, holding him. He becomes spiritually jubilant and remains silent. His hairs standing on end and tears gliding down from his closed eyes because of his love for the Lord. Tears from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pouring down like from elephant's trunk. When a devotee feels a separation from the Lord, he becomes eager to see where the Lord is. And sometimes when he feels pangs of separation, tears flow incessantly from his half-closed eyes. Like you have heard about how Lord Ramchandra, in separation from Sita, his tears were coming, flowing, and he would lose consciousness, he could not speak. He was talking to so many trees and plants and rivers, mountains and pebbles, and he was asking everyone, "Have you seen my Sita? Where is Sita?" That is a different example. Is by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sikshastakam. Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrushaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. Shunyaitam, this whole world looks like this is empty, shunya, zero, there is nothing. Jagat sarvam, whole world is empty. If he is in viraha, viraha means he is in separation from Krishna, he feels that whole world is vacant. There's nothing, no meaning for it. A devotee has no meaning for the material world, but he has so much meaning for Krishna and his devotees. This words Chakshusha Pravarshaitam refers to tears falling in incessantly from the devotee's eyes. These symptoms, which appear in pure devotional ecstasy, were visible in the body of Prahlad Maharaj. So, anyway, so we have finished up to text number 41. So just note, it's just little bit left, or all the way there is text number up to 46 in this chapter. So these are the activities of a pure Bhagavat. The pure Bhagavat has been described, and in these pages, that who is pure Bhagavat. So Krishna is telling Uddhavji, Prakrit and Aprakrit. Prakrit means what is happening in the material world. Aprakrit is spiritual world. Vishayan dhyayata chittam vishayeshu visajyate mam anusmara chittam mayeva praviliyate. So just like always thinking of the material world, how I can enjoy my senses. His mind is somewhere else, and he's become attached to sense gratification. But person who remembers Krishna all the time, his mind or his chitta is absorbed in Krishna. So Prakritik Dhyan means we should absorb in thoughts of in engaging in sense gratification. And what happens here when he thinks of the sense object? Sanga, sangat sanjayate kama, kama skrodho vijayate. So one if he contemplates jayate vishan punshas teshu pajayate, then so he becomes attached to sense enjoyment. And when it is fulfilled, then he wants more, low. When it does not get fulfilled, he becomes very, very angry. And with the anger, his mind is completely lost. And he loses in the material world, he just comes into the material world whirlpool again and again. So similarly, the devotee is absorbed in Krishna and he sees Krishna. So Nirgun and Sagun Krishna. Krishna is with all the qualifications. We read that Nirgun Krishna, Sagun Krishna. He is not Nirgun without gun. He does not have material gun. That is called Nirgun. But he has the spiritual form, the spiritual guna, the spiritual quality. So if you forget Krishna, forgetfulness of our relationship with the Supreme Lord brings about our sufferings in the material world. But if remembering Krishna, that is always, there is no suffering. Krishna is the only owner of the affection and attention of the jiva, but we put our attention and ownership in our own relation, me and mine, and that's why I remain in the material world. But if we are, that mine is Krishna, I am part of Krishna, I am meant for Krishna. The relationship with Krishna is ever existing. There is no need for an artificial imposition of anything new in the one's consciousness. In the human form of life is the perfect opportunity to clear all the doubts and kindle the light of eternal wisdom in the heart. So the real our relationship means we are always, everybody is Krishna because we are all for Krishna, but we are covered because of our ajnana. Okay? And then the covering has to be removed. Everyone is Krishna, so we should not hate anybody. Just it is some has more covering, some is less covering. The whole bhakti yoga process is therefore a revival of the last relation. This revival is possible in the human form of life only, which is obtained only out of evolutionary cycle of 8.4 million species of life. Yeah, intelligent class of human being must take a serious note of this opportunity. Attending spiritual existence, the human form is chance for all to understand our eternal relation with God. Our relation with Him is eternal. It cannot be broken. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Sadhya Kabunay Shavanadi Shuddha Chitte Karaya Uday. If we hear by pure heart, pure mind, when we hear Shravan Adi, means Navda Bhakti, even if you have just Shravan, then you could become purified. Karaya Uday, then the Krishna consciousness which is there innate in all the living being, it is manifest. It may be forgotten for the time being, but it can be revived also by the grace of the Lord. By His grace, everything happens by the grace of the Lord. So we should depend on the Lord is so nice and He chooses one and gives him all the direction how to become pure. But first we should be eager. Lolyam api ekle mulyam. And lolupta, just like Kami and Lovi and they have lolupta, we should also be eager to have Krishna in our company. Because of the developed consciousness, the human being must understand the constitutional position of the living entity. And what is our constitutional position? Jevara Swarup hoy, Krishna Nitya Das. Eternally we should serve the Krishna. Mukh mein Ram, haath se kaam. That you work by hand and chant. Mam Anusmara Yudhacha. Krishna is saying to Arjun that you Mam Anusmara. You remember and again remember. Anu means to follow. Anusmara Yudhacha. And then you fight also. Rashikesha, Rashikera, Sevanam Bhakti, Uttama. What is Uttam Bhakti? Rashi and senses. Rashikesha means a master of the senses. By master of the senses, you serve by your senses. Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rashikesha Rashikena Sevanam Bhakti Uttama. Uttam Bhakti is serve the Lord, serve the master of the senses by your senses. Just like Ambarish Maharaj, हाथ से झाड़ू लगाना, पैर से मंदिर में जाना, वहां से यमुना जी से पानी लाना, भगवान के विग्रह को सजाना, फूल तोड़ना, फल फ्रूट्स काटना, भगवान की माला बनाना, भगवान को माला पहनाना, decorate him nicely, sing for the Lord, dance for the Lord. So everything, the process is there, and one should follow the process properly. So, the material body is given to us just to see that we cannot enjoy in any of the form. We can only enjoy in Krishna consciousness. So that is a chance. If he nonetheless acts like an animal, what is the benefit of his being human life? If in human life they are dvipada pashu, they act like animals, then their life is lost. It will come after many millions of lifetimes later on. One should not remain foolish and ignorant, but must inquire about the constitutional position. And that is called Athato Brahma Jigyasa. That now we have human life, let us inquire about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So every jiva is intimately related to Krishna. And this connection is eternal. It never started and will never end. So we are already, it is just temporary, we are covered by Maya. And Maya means ignorance. Maya means not knowing who we are. And using everything for Krishna's service, then there is no Maya. So our body, our possessions, our words, everything should be used for Krishna. Anyway, sorry that in the beginning you could not hear, but I hope that everything is okay now. So we can talk or discuss at this time. If there is any questions, comments, I would appreciate that we openly come and discuss about it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Madana Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for reading so many
Anyone
verses.
has any comments, questions, or can you hear me? Or
Can you hear me, Maharaj?
Hari Bol.
Maharaj,
Can
can
you
you hear?
unmute?
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Rukmini Padma Mataji.
Yes, Maharaj, can you hear me?
Speak up. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, you cannot hear us?
Hari Bol. We described about Prahlad Maharaj's exalted position as Mahabhagavad. Mahabhagavad is the last stage of sannyas. Bahudak, Kutichak, then Parivrajagacharya and Mahabhagavad.
Maharaj, can you hear us?
Can you hear?
Can you hear us, Maharaj?
Hare Krishna.
So Maharaj is not able to hear us.
Is anybody hearing? Can you respond?
Yes, Maharaj, you cannot hear us.
Can you hear?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, I will drop down and call Maharaj and tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. So if there is any questions or comments, please let us really just talk about. Okay. Shyama Rajika Mataji, what is happening?
Maharaj, we can hear you. And Rupini Padma Mataji is talking.
Okay.
But can't hear us?
No, I cannot hear you. Well, little bit. I could hear Rukmini Padma Mataji, but whether she is hearing me or not. But if anybody, if there is anybody who is has, yeah.
Maharaj, can you hear us? Hare Krishna. So I think, Maharaj, you have to make some adjustment because you cannot hear us. Maybe others can ask question or comments. Maybe I am not the one who's able to get across because of my issue. But I think others can ask Maharaj on the call.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can you hear me? Rupini Mataji, he cannot hear me either. Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, Hare Krishna. I just called Maharaj and he said he can barely hear you. But I
Yes.
told that, can we put our question in chat? So he said yes. So if you want, please put your
So
message.
Mataji, how come this is happening? Because there is some audio issue or something from Maharaj's side?
I think so.
I am back again. Hello.
Hello,
Can you
Hare
hear
Krishna
Maharaj?
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Okay, Geeta Mataji, you can go ahead and ask.
Oh, thank you, Rupini Mataji. I just have a Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So,
Yeah, now
Prabhuji, you mentioned that Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Krishna had the same qualities.
Yeah, in a minute quantity, just like a gold mountain. Krishna is like gold mountain, and a small piece of gold that is also gold. So qualitatively, we are with Krishna, but quantity-wise, very little. One is infinitesimal and one is infinite. So we are infinite, but qualities of a devotee and Krishna are practically same. Means he is unlimited, but still we have, to some extent, we have those qualities.
okay,
A jiva
thank
soul
you,
who is
Prabhuji.
a pure devotee. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
You are.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you, Krishna. I was like wondering because we could only hear, we heard your whole class. Thank you for reading so many verses and explaining and, coming, Bhagvatam hearing coming from you, it's more easy to understand than, we remember the whole day. It's morning here in USA. So Maharaj, there was one line mentioned about, in his previous life, Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee. So are they mentioning about?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, are they mentioning about the fact that he was in the mother's womb? That is the previous life, or how do we understand what was his previous life before he came into the womb of his mother with, as a demoniac father? Can you explain? Yeah.
Okay. We have to read from Bhaktamal about his previous life, what he was. He was a devotee. He came in contact, but this life, that when he was in the mother's womb, that he was learned from his spiritual master Narad Muni. Although mother might be sleeping, but he heard perfectly well from Narad Muni and became a pure devotee from very beginning. Even in his while he was in the womb, he became a pure devotee. He could understand everything. So sharp mind, because he must be a devotee in his previous life. And
So
Krishna
Maharaj,
wanted to him. Yes.
one more extension of the call of the answer. The question is that normally in Krishna consciousness, it's advised that before the husband and wife should chant certain number of rounds. I think 50 is recommended. And then, the child will be might attract a child, not might, will definitely, a Krishna conscious child will come. So, but in the case of his father, he was very demoniac. So, he would not chant 50 rounds. And the mother also might be devotee, but, the circumstances were not such that, like both were devotee. But was it somehow spiritual masters' blessings are so, I would say, so important that once the spiritual master Narad Muniji intervened, then it didn't matter whether parents are devotee or not. The child still became a devotee. Can you explain something in reference to this?
Then is some another thing. When he went first for austerities and tapasya, then other demigod will chant Hari Hari so many times. So he heard that, and after that when he was disturbed so much, then he came home. He had relation with his wife Kayadu, and then he went back again for tapasya for 1,000 celestial years. But before he had, that's why when he was in the womb, the demigods they came, Indra came, and then they stole like Kayadu, and they had a fight with soldiers, and then he was taking him to be to the spiritual means his abode, Swargalok, thinking that when his child would be born, he would be a demon. I will kill him. But Narad Muni appeared in the scene, and he stopped at that in his womb. Is it Maha Bhagwan? Even if you want to kill, you cannot kill him. Just leave her alone. So he took him to his place, his ashram. Narad Muni took him. So he was chanting or hearing. He was disturbed by hearing Hari Hari. Hari means Krishna. He was hearing that the demigod would shout from him when he was trying to do meditation. And then he came back home. Then he had relationship with his wife. Then he got a child in the womb. And the Indra and they saw that, oh, now she's pregnant. Let us just take her, and then not to kill the woman, but when will be born, the child would be born. They thought that he would be a demon and he would terrorize the whole thing. We are right now under the control of Hiranyakashipu. Then we will be under the control of his son. They thought that we will chop him up from very beginning. Na rahega baans na bajegi bansuri. But Narad Muni intervened. He says that he is a perfect devotee. Just leave him alone. He will not harm you, but he will glorify you. So that is what happened. Okay.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much. I was just wondering when one thought was coming to me when Naradji had taken his wife in the ashram, then wasn't the husband surprised that, where my wife is gone, she's pregnant?
But he was in meditation for 1,000 celestial years.
Oh, that's
so
why.
he was,
Okay.
yeah. He would not even know what is happening. His whole body was eaten up by the insects, and he was just
Yes.
hardly like,
Yeah.
So you know what happened, okay?
Sense gratification, he was doing all that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Maharaj. Thank you so much for explaining this. It's amazing. One point I really like that you read is that, even as a child, he was not playing with the toys. So it shows that, he was not like a child, ordinary child who would play in the school, play with children. And he was, right from birth only, he was so Krishna conscious. Normally we've heard from Bhagvatam that when the child is praying in the womb, and when the child is born, that time the child, in the womb, the child promises that I will be Krishna conscious. Please relieve me from this miserable situation. And then after 9 months, the child is born. But then when the child is born, the Maya is so strong. And especially if the parents are not devotees, then the child is, in the hands of so many influences which are non-Krishna conscious. But this is really a unique case, where blessings of spiritual master is there. So, he's blessed right from birth only. And all his qualities we are reading now. And for me, this is like I'm reading first time. So I'm really looking forward to hear. And thank you so much once again for reading about because it's so nice to read among association of devotees here. And if we read alone, then sometimes we feel sleepy, sometimes we don't get question answers. But this is more understanding and to understand better like that, So thank you so much, Maharaj.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else has any comments, discussions, corrections?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for this wonderful class. And yesterday night only I called you and you very kindly agreed to give the class today and Monday also. So Monday also we are going to hear you. So thank you so much Maharaj for your association.
You please send me, the class would be there on Monday, same time.
Yes,
So please
Maharaj. Same.
join everybody and
Yeah, I will send you.
inviting all of you for our Rath Yatra on 7th of July. So thanks everyone for your attention, giving time.
Yes,
Everything should
Maharaj.
be in a natural way. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj,
we will
can you,
end.
Maharaj, can you explain something about the yatra you mentioned? What is the yatra? Although we are in USA, but I just wanted to know.
Oh, Jagannath Rath Yatra.
Okay.
Okay. Jagannath, we have a nice card and I will send you some pictures when everything is finished. That is on 7th July. Okay.
Nice. Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Surinder Bhandari ji.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, Hare
My
Krishna
wife is
Maharaj.
also from Bhandari family. So where do you live, Prabhuji?
Prabhuji, I'm in Maryland, USA.
Oh, Maryland. Yes. Okay. Sometime I come to New Jersey. So please come
I see.
sometime. Join us in
Yeah,
Parsippany. Not very
okay.
far.
Yeah, it is not
Okay.
very far off. And if you happen to be in USA again, please let us know. We will.
Okay. Okay.
We'll be
I
happy
will
to have your darshan. Yeah.
Mataji, and
Yeah.
so that may not be until February, March. But I
That-
come.
that-
My wife is leaving in just another on 11th of July
I
to
see.
US. Okay.
My
Yeah,
telephone
Hare
number.
Krishna.
I
Yeah,
can
Hare
give
Krishna
Okay.
my.
Maharaj. So Surinder, Prabhu, Geeta Mataji, we all stay in Maryland close by. So whenever you are visiting USA, please come to Maryland and then we will have a home program at our home and then
Okay. So
we
you are
will
near
have
Baltimore Temple or Washington?
Washington DC Temple, Maharaj.
Okay. Okay. We will make some plan. Okay.
Yes. When are you coming, Maharaj, next time?
From Parsippany, New Jersey.
No, when are you coming? When are you?
Oh, that won't be until February.
February. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I will be in
Okay.
touch, Maharaj.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna
Thank
Maharaj.
you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Hare
So,
Krishna.
Maharaj, I just have a quick question. So, you said that, I heard that with Rath Yatra, if one does, then one can get moksha, if one is able to take part in the Rath Yatra.
Part in the Rath Yatra, at least you will become like a nice devotee or born again in a nice devotee family. So you could continue with your Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, who knows what life? But even same life, you could go back to God. That's a special Krishna's mercy. Our Jagannath ji is none other than Krishna. His mercy can take you. He could do anything. So we should depend on the words of the scriptures and the
Right.
saintly people, whatever they say.
Right. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Gita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Danu Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Radharaman Prabhuji. My blessings to you. You always join. So somewhere or another, you always find time. So Monday, again, you send to everybody that Monday there is a class at somebody may be giving on Saturday and Sunday, but I will be giving class on Monday. It would be a next chapter.
Oh,
We are
okay.
reading chapter
The
number 4.
same group, Maharaj?
Yeah, same group. There may be some new people, I don't know. But same
No,
Maharaj,
like the Everyday Chant group where the
yeah,
same
everyday
number,
chant
same
group. Right.
conference number. Okay.
Right. It's a very small group. Everyday chant is a very small group. About 10 devotees they attend.
Right.
But anyway, even if one person becomes Krishna conscious, that's a great. That's all the endeavors are fulfilled.
Well, Maharaj,
Whatever
we
you-
don't know how many millions of other species are listening to it, right?
Yeah,
We could be only 8 or
right.
10
So many
humans,
other.
but there were so
When
many
we,
other
yeah,
species
yeah.
are
When
there.
you hear, when I talk, there are many other living
Yeah.
beings.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Shravanam benefit is they are getting, right?
Sure,
So
sure. Okay.
yeah. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Danu Pranam, Jai Shri Pad.
My tender pranam to all of you.
Maharaj, the verse will be not next chapter, it will be 42 only, because Maharaj,
Yeah,
we
42.
don't do Bhagavatam on Saturday, Sunday.
You don't do Bhagavatam?
On Saturday, Sunday. So Monday, the verse will be 42 onwards only, not new chapter, Maharaj.
Oh, okay, okay. That's okay. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh.
that way Mataji will inform you, but I just wanted to let you know, because Saturdays, we have Bhagavad Gita and,
Yeah, Maharaj. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita. We do Bhagavad Gita on Saturday and Sunday.
So 42
okay.
से ही होगा. Yeah, 42. Okay, Maharaj.
तो आपको उसका 15वां चैप्टर का भी थोड़ा बहुत लिस्ट आपको दे देंगे because there are very few verses and so Prahlad
Yes.
Maharaj is the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu, so his more saintly qualities would be described on Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna, Maharaj.
Thank you,
then
Maharaj.
Anybody has any question or
prayers
comment?
are very well.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. This is Anuradha Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jai
Thank you,
Srila
Guru
Prabhupada.
Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
पांचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां
Anam
पावनेभ्यो
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
Ki jai.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Ki
गौर
jai.
भक्त वृंद की जय
Ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. His Holiness Shami Krishi Maharaj ki jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण